Hi everybody. Just oh my god.
The message has been recorded.
Sorry. I'm 2 minutes late because my phone was ringing and there was a long message here. So I apologize. Anyway, not that anyone's been standing around waiting at 11 o'clock for me to post this thing anyway. So welcome to another crazy episode of True Confessions of a Working Artist. My name is Sonya Paz. If this is your first time coming out, definitely want to just say hello. I want to make sure my live feed is going because I hate re-recording stuff. So let me just check that out. Anyway, how's everyone this beautiful Monday? I hope everyone is doing well. It was a very, very productive, crazy weekend. Here we are. Okay, good. Okay, wow, it's like 2-second delay. Holy crap. So anyway, yeah, it was a very, very busy weekend for me, editing a new online course that I'm coming out with, and I literally had spent the entire weekend editing video. Getting really good at it though. But I wanted to just pop in today and just share with you some of the crazy things people have asked me over the years. What are crazy things that have been said to me as an art gallery owner, or when I used to do the art and wine festivals. And I promise not to go into 38 minutes today because I know last week's video was long and a couple people were like, oh my god, that's so long, it shouldn't be that long. So I'll just jump right into it. So whenever you own a gallery or retail store, it is a constant rotating turnstile of people coming in. I would say 95% of them are super kind and ask really awesome questions or want to engage, or and I say this humbly, want to meet the artist, because I know for me, when I go to an art gallery, I want to meet the artist. I want to know their story. If they're there, I find that to be a complete amazing treat as a fan of their work. So, people would come in and they would always say really cool, nice things. Then there's a percentage of people who have no filters and ask all kinds of stuff. So when we were at Santana Row, I was working one Sunday morning, and back then in 2006, sorry, I'm choking on a piece of watermelon. It was a Sunday, it was 2006 when I had my shopping at Santana Row, and in Santana Row on Sundays they had their farmers markets. And there was a guy kind of wandered in, and I'm very unassuming. I mean, for those of you who know me really, really well, I mean, I don't dress in big suits, and I don't have fancy hats, and I don't really wear heels or dress or act in any way, shape, or form, all, fancy. I'm very organic. It's, what you see is what you get. And so this guy walks in, and I'm wearing, if I recall correctly, I'm wearing probably black Adidas pants, the ones with the white stripe down the side, and probably a black shirt, because I have probably about 50 black shirts of some type of shape, usually V-neck or something. So I'm there, and I'm just kind of going around. I'm usually re-merchandising, moving things around, moving furniture, rehanging art, just doing my thing, because I don't like to just sit around and do nothing. So this guy walks in, he walks around, and my typical way I greet people is, hi, welcome to the gallery. If there's any questions I can answer, feel free to reach out or let me know. It's a nice way of kind of just letting people know you acknowledge them, and that you're not going to be following them around or trying to steer them into a crazy art acquisition or purchase or anything. So his thing is, yeah, okay, fine, no problem. And I remain doing what I'm doing, but I'm always watching out the corner of my eye, and I'm always listening, and I'm always watching in case people have questions or they're afraid to ask, I can kind of, detect any sort of body language. So he does a kind of a sweep of the gallery and stands in the middle. My goodness. Sorry. This is embarrassing. Excuse me. Stands there in the middle, kind of puts his hands on his side and looks around and goes, "So what is this stuff anyway?" I turn around and go, "Oh, this is artwork. These are here original paintings, and I have limited editions over here. And the work lends itself really well for products, and we have pillows and watches and all kinds of things." And that's just a nice way of answering that kind of statement. My thing is, I wanted people to not feel like, I'm the artist and how dare you. I've heard it all. I've got a pretty thick skin. That stuff doesn't bother me. So his thing was, he kind of looks at me and goes, "Yeah, I see that, but I mean, what is it? Is this like a gimmick or something?" And I laugh and I said, "Well, I don't think it's a gimmick. I mean, and this is where I would subtly kind of say what I needed to say. This is how I subtly would mention that I'm the artist." I said to him, I go, "Well, when I create, I don't usually like to think of it as being a gimmick. These are based on my own true experiences of stuff that I experience, or colors, or a conversation in an elevator that I might have heard, which might, prompt me into designing the whole painting around a statement that I heard, or a conversation that I might have, listened in on, or whatever." So he turns to me with this horrified look of embarrassment on his face. He literally one of these, "Oh, you're the artist," one of those kind of things. I go, "It's all right. It's okay." And he goes, "Oh, I know it. So you're," he's looking around for my name. He goes, "So you're Sonya Paz?" I go, "Yes." And I go to shake his hand, and he's kind of like, he gives me this cold, limp, kind of, dead fish handshakes, which, by the way, I hate. I mean, if you're going to do a handshake, come on, give me a good, don't break my fingers, but give me a good solid with a, eye-to-eye connection, that we're, we understand each other. So then he's really nervous and continues to go, "Oh, well, I didn't know you were the artist." I go, "It's fine. I'm the person that you'd want to ask any of these questions to anyway, so it's all good." And I continue to talk about, the art, what inspires me, and he goes, he's rubbing his hands through his hair, and he's like, "Oh, well, I feel like a total, for saying what I said." I go, "You don't need to apologize if that's your true feelings, because I didn't, I don't want people to feel lousy. Trust me, and if I wanted you to feel lousy, but you'd have felt pretty lousy. But I just said, hey, those are your true feelings. If you think it's a gimmick, you ask the question, and I'm here to answer it. So it's all good." And so we start this conversation, and he tells me, well, he's one of the vendors at the farmer's market, and, he makes leather crafts, and, and then he admits, well, you know what, I got to admit that coming in here, I thought this was some sort of, gimmick thing, the bright colors. I thought, what's this all about? He goes, and I do, handmade crafts and leather. I, just packed up from the farmer's market and just thought I'd walk around. And so we start talking about that, and he admits to me that in a perfect real world, he wishes that he could have a gallery of his own as well. I wish I could have a little shop, he says, that would, have me be able to show my works. I don't have to do the farmer's market thing. And I go, well, I've done all the shows, and I still do the shows. I was still doing shows in 2006. I really didn't stop doing them until 2008. So anyway, so we have this conversation, and he says, well, I appreciate all your insight. This has been quite a great awakening for me, not only as an artist, but as a retailer of things that you don't say to people when you don't know who they are in the art gallery. So he bought, I don't know, like $35 worth of stuff. He goes, well, I gotta buy something because I feel like a complete, And so it's like, yeah, no worries. So, he concludes his transaction, and I've always remembered, we said bye, and the next weekend when I had an opportunity to, walk the farmer's market, because I needed coverage at the gallery so I can do the walk around. I went and I saw him, and we had I don't remember his name as much as I have this crazy photographic memory. I don't remember his name. I remember his work, but it was nice that we were able to say hello and wave to each other for a number of months before we had moved out of Santana Row. So that maybe not one real crazy things, but I know a lot of artists who that statement will be thrown at them, or some negativity of, oh, well, what's with this art or whatever, and they withdraw and they're completely crushed by the comment. And in my eyes and things like that, I've dealt with much worse things, so that's one. So another one, when I was at our big gallery in Campbell, it was a late afternoon, and this guy walks in and he's looking at the art and he's going, oh, I really like these. And he goes, are you the artist? And I said, yes, I am. And I said, I'm Sonya. And of course I do my handshake thing, and he shakes my hand. He goes, well, tell me about this piece. And it was a floral. It was like a mobilia floral, 5x7, 11x14 frame and matte. And I told him what the piece was about and how it inspires me, and the name, how it kind of tied into that, and why I called it that, and blah blah blah. And he goes, well, I'd like to take this, but can you paint out this thing at the bottom? And I'm looking at the painting. I go, what thing? And he goes, well, this thing at this bottom, at the bottom of the painting. And I go, oh, that's my signature. And it goes with the artwork. And so here, I'll show you what my signature. So, oops. So my signature looks like this, just kind of a squiggle, an S with the Y and a little line. So I go, well, that's my signature. And he goes, oh, well, I think it just really detracts from the artwork. Okay, now I'm fuzzy here. Why am I doing that? So hold on. Sorry. I'm seeing this as totally fuzzy. I don't know if anybody else is, but I hate when this happens. All right. Anyway, well, if it's fuzzy, it's fuzzy. I don't know what to do. Here, hold on. There, better. Maybe I look better fuzzier. Anyway, so I said, well, the artwork, that's part of the artwork. And he goes, oh, well, that's going to always bother me. And I go, well, look at it this way. It's part of the artwork. You've connected with me. I've connected with you. You're excited about the painting. And, it is. He goes, there's no way you can. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, but appreciate you asking. He bought it anyway, and it was all good. But that's always kind of funny. That was one and only time someone has ever asked me that. Can you remove that off of there because it's distracting? And one other one was kind of funny, because when it comes to pricing and selling my work directly, it's one of my favorite things to do, is kind of go through the, people want to haggle, and I'm really good. I'm really good at deflecting, and I have a way of asking for the sale, and that would be, someone says, well, how much are you willing to let this go for today? Well, first of all, we're not talking used cars here. It doesn't have 97,000 miles on it, or 197,000 miles. It's a work of art. I felt that my work was priced, or is priced, very competitively. It's priced based on time and effort and experience, and a whole boatload of other things. And am I fuzzy on this thing? I guess I'm not. I have to put my glasses on a second. I guess you're not seeing me fuzzy, but I'm seeing myself fuzzy. Whatever. So anyway, the I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh my god. Okay, so whenever I'm selling the artwork, I end up with I'd rather I'll tell someone, you know what, the price is $500, but you know what I'm going to let you do? Go ahead and pick out one of the larger matted prints out of the print bin over here, and I'll throw that in as an extra thank you. So that's one way that I like to be able to give something extra than to take a discount, because I feel like a discount is like cheapening the work, and that goes for any artist. So there are artists who basically say, no, I don't give discounts, that's the price, take it or leave it, and they're pretty blunt about it. I would rather give them something else that they can use and hang up in their art and in their home. So not only are they going to get one piece, they're going to end up getting two. So I'll end up in more real estate on their walls. So that's one thing. The other thing is, people love to think they want to, they're getting something, So one time we were packing up a show. This was in San Ramon. I remember this specifically. And, at the end of a Sunday, the show closes at 6 on a Sunday typically, or 5 or 6, and you end up, you're starting to pack up all the stuff. And people have been drinking because it is an art and wine festival. And this guy comes by and he's kind of like, hey, what kind of deals you got today? What can you get? What can I buy? And my thing is, well, I can sell you a whole lot of things. He goes, well, what's the cheap price since you're packing it up? I go, well, we pack it up, but we're ready for the next show. And he looks at this piece and he goes, well, what about this one here? He goes, $650. He goes, I'll give you $500. And I go up to the thing and I said, oh, $650? Well, the show's over, so now it's $875. He shakes his head and looks at me and he goes, what? And I go, my work is going up in price based on supply and demand, so that's the best deal I can give you. And he's like, what? I don't get it. Ah! And he takes off. And we laughed about it because it was funny. It was funny because I'm not going to let silly comments like that ruffle my feathers, and I give people something maybe to think about, so that the next time that they go and they approach somebody, that they consider their feelings. Like I said, I can take it. I can manage that kind of criticism all day long. It doesn't bother me. But there's a lot of artists out there who take things really personally and take it very, very seriously. And I take it seriously too, but I like to have a spin on the humor factor. So, that keeps things interesting. So, and one other thing that just comes to mind is that sometimes people come in from out of town. I feel very blessed to have collectors that are all over the U.S. and outside the U.S. and that when they come to the gallery, or when they came to the gallery, and they meet me, I guess they think that I'm taller. So they'd say, oh, you look taller online. I guess it's better than saying, oh, you look 10 pounds heavier online. Anyway, so with that note, I'm going to just log off for now. Write down what things that you would like to know, what kind of crazy things that you would like to know as to hear from me as a working artist, what kind of what experiences I have had, what kind of feedback I can give, what kind of tips or techniques about art, maybe art collecting, and I'll keep that in my notes of things. And thank you for tuning in for another one of my Sonya Paz True Confessions as a Working Artist. This is my streaming project that I also want to do, that is streaming not only here on Facebook, but is streaming also onto YouTube. And loving my geeky software that allows me to get the word out, so I don't have to do everything twice or 3 times or whatever. So, all right, y'all, have a great day, and keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. Talk to you later. Bye.